Welcome to my animation channel again. Thanks very much for joining me. Today I'm just going to show you how you can use OpenToonz as a compositing device or an editing device, mainly for compositing. I came across this when I was watching a demonstration of OpenToonz that they did many years ago, and they were showing how they used OpenToonz in their work pipeline, and amongst other things for scanning and coloring, etc. They also used it for compositing, and I thought that was rather intriguing because most of us probably don't see OpenToonz used in that way. We use it for animating. So I haven't used it much as a compositing device. Obviously, most of us are using Premiere Pro, After Effects. In my case, I'm using Shotcut. What I wanted to show here was a scene here that I've done in the movie Painter on Safari, and this part of the movie is called Zebra Crossing, and here we have a bunch of zebra crossing here. Now this is a MPG MPEG that I've imported into OpenToonz here, and it's just playing out. And the thing that I don't like about it is I wanted to add some grass here in front of these feet, maybe even put some dust here, etc. And it's not actually that easy to do in the editing software. So I'm using OpenToonz as a compositor for that, and I'll just show you how I'm using it here. It's very, very easy to use, I must say. So the first thing we're going to do, or the first thing I have done, is brought in some zebra. These are PNG sequences, so they've got no background. They were exported as PNGs, and I've created some grass here as well to go in front of the zebra as well. So this zebra here is just out of screen. This is basically what I wanted to do, to drop some grass here in front of the zebra, and I'll put some grass here on the other side. And it's very much easier to do this in OpenToonz. So that is our zebra, and there's going to be a whole bunch of them, probably about 10 or 12. I can't remember how many were in the scene, but I'm just using this as reference. That's the other thing, you can use this as reference. If we just go back here, you can do things like match up your assets, etc. So if I wanted to get this exactly like the rendered one, I don't, because there are slight changes, but if you wanted to, you could do it. Okay, so let's just go and pull in my background here. I'll just add it as a load it from where I exported it. I've put it out somewhere. It's not actually in my, okay, in OpenToonz decides to do a backup. Let me see where I've put it. Paint on Safari, it'll be in here. Part 4, it'll be in here. Yeah. Okay, so those are MP4 files. I can actually load them. There's 4 of them, they're 4 frames each, and I can just stack them. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're going to be our background now. So let me just add them to one column here, and they've got a slight, the heads and etc. of the characters in the vehicle are turning. So if we just play it out here, let's just put a stop on here. And if we just play out, you can see the heads here are turning. So what we can do is we can just extend the step of this. Let's go and right click this, and we can go step, and we can increase it by 4. That'll take us down to there. And we can also extend this by just copying it and pasting it down there. Okay, what we'd also do is we'd reverse it, put a reverse on it, otherwise you'd have a jump because all the heads are going left and right, etc. And we actually want to reverse them so that it is smooth, this one as well. So it can, every second one we can reverse, and we can just follow this all the way out. I don't know how long this will be. I think it'll end up being around about 500 frames. This one we can reverse, so it's all there in edit cell numbers. This one I think is going up to 500 and something. Anyway, let's just drop, I think this will probably be the last one, and then we can get cracking on with this. Okay, so we can put our stop in there, and then if we play it out, we have this. So you can see our characters are looking from left to right, right to left. The reason we are putting the reverses in is it's one flow, and then say the paint at the back there will be looking to the right, and then it'll jump, you'll look to the left. So that's why we were putting reverses in that. So it has one sequence and then reverse it back, and then so it's like a loop. So that's now a background, and then these characters here are in the foreground, and I've gone and added in the grass. So that's basically what we wanted to do here on the composite, and I've staggered the first one here, so not in step with each other. We don't want them marching left, right across the screen. And then we can just go and add a whole bunch more. So we can go and just copy that column, and we can just go and paste it over here. We can retard that further as well. What I'm not really getting across here is how easy this is to do in OpenToonz. I would battle, well, I did battle quite a bit in Shotcut to do this, but for arranging all these layers, etc., and getting them to work was actually quite complicated to do in Shotcut, whereas I find OpenToonz is a whole lot easier. Okay, so we can do some work on that. Yeah, they're kind of marching there, so let's just set this one back a little bit more here, and so on and so on. Basically what I wanted to show was just using OpenToonz as a compositing device or compositing software instead of using your After Effects, Premiere Pro, etc. Okay, we're not animating in here. We just remember the background here is just a MP4 coming in. There we go. And these are just PNGs coming in here as well. Alright, so that's it, guys. Thanks very much for dropping in. I'll carry on with this until I get something resembling what we had here. And thanks very much for dropping into my channel. Hope I'll see you around here again soon. All the best. Bye.